All right, friends, it's T-Mun, and I'm back with another video, bro. It's an educational video. I guess you could call it Q&A educational video, dude. So in this video, we're going to talk about damage, the three types of damage in your body, and why none of you are growing. Yes, man. So I'm going to use AI. So this is an example right here. It says, yes, for minor micro tears, the body will prioritize repair rather than remodeling. That's what a majority of people are getting out there when they go to the gym. They're damaging their body consistently and only repairing without a remodeling because they're adapted to their exercises. That can be a bad thing, trust me. We'll get into that in a moment. So while remodeling is a more extensive process, because that's where you're building muscle, it's not needed for what? Minor damage, like what you people are getting out there. The body will focus on restoring the damaged tissues to their original state through repair mechanisms. Yeah. But extensive process, that's when extensive damage, that's when the remodeling is necessary. Extensive damage. But that training is very specific to get that. Get it? So repair versus remodeling. Repair involves restoring damaged tissues to their original form, while remodeling is a more extensive process that can involve changes in tissue structure and composition. Yeah. That's really what it is. Remodeling is typically triggered by more significant damage or long-term changes in tissue, such as during bone adaptation to chronic loading or muscle adaptation to training. Yeah. That's how you get hypertrophy. Hypertrophy, while some sources suggest microtears are a primary driver of hypertrophy, muscle growth. Yeah, it is. It is, yes. Um, let's go to the next one. This is pretty much the same as the last one. Muscle repair, remodeling, and regeneration process are triggered by varying degrees of damage. Yeah, small amounts of damage can result in simple just repair, while larger amounts can lead to repair and what? Remodeling. That's what we want, remodeling. And extensively or extremely large amounts can cause significant muscle damage they may not fully recover. Yeah, that's called injury. People live till they get injured, like blah, and then they never recover, and then it can become fibrotic. Simple repair, yeah, remodeling. Exercise-induced muscle damage or recover tears. Okay, muscle strains, those are bad things. Scar tissue remodeling, satellite cell muscle regeneration. Repair and remodeling. We want repair and remodeling. That's how we build muscles. Let's go to the next one. So that was pretty good. So here's another thing. Three main types of damage can occur through exercise. Exercise-induced muscle damage, EIMD. There's exercise-induced muscle damage, there's cardiovascular damage, and oxidative stress. Now, cardiovascular damage is a bad thing, and so is oxidative stress, DNA damage, dude. Now, exercise-induced muscle damage, well, that will take you through a regeneration, so that is not a bad thing. See what I mean? It's caused by eccentric exercise. But these other things like cardiovascular, extensive or prolonged endurance exercise can have adverse effects on the cardiovascular system. This can manifest as coronary artery calcification, hardening of the arteries, systolic dysfunction, difficulty of the heart muscle relaxing, and large artery wall stiffening. That happens to people that chronically lift in gyms. In severe cases, chronic excessive exercise can also lead to cardiac fibrosis, scarring of the heart muscle, and increased risk of arrhythmias. What is this? Arrhythmias. Irregular heartbeats. Okay, arrhythmias. Okay, whatever. Oxidative stress. That's another one too. Exercise, especially high intensity or prolonged exercise, can increase the production of reaction oxygen species in the body, ROS, like superoxide and peroxide nitrate, are highly reactive molecules that can damage cellular components like DNA, proteins, and lipids. Well, some ROS are produced naturally and play a role in signaling and muscle adaptation. Extensive production can lead to oxidative stress and potentially contribute to fatigue, muscle damage, and other health issues. Other health issues. Yeah, that's not a good thing either, dude. Yeah, the role of stem cells in skeletal muscle regeneration, effects of exercise and age. Yeah, you don't want to deplete them. Fatty fish is good for you, tuna, fatty fish, sardines, high vitamin D. Let's see here, hold on. Eccentric exercise, well, is considered superior to concentric. Of course, eccentric is always considered superior. Uh, Yeah, here it is. Yes, it is possible that consistently damaging and repairing muscles of course, without remodeling, especially if the repair process relies heavily on the same stem cell pool for regeneration, could lead to depletion of these stem cells over time. This is because repeated activation of stem cells for repair without adequate self renewal or expansion of the stem cell pool can lead to a decline in their number and function. And that's what's happening to people lifting out their lifting conventionally. Whatever they're doing, their full ranges of motion and whatever the hell they're doing, they're lifting every day in the gym. So, in simpler terms, imagine a limited supply of repair workers, muscle stem cells, that are called upon to fix a wall that's consistently being damaged. If those workers are constantly being used to repair the wall but not being replaced or duplicated, eventually there won't be enough workers left to do the job effectively. Yeah, that's what's happening to a lot of people out there. That's why they drop off out of fitness, they just disappear. Well, yes, the consistent damage to muscles like that caused by, listen to this. Yes, well, consistent damage to muscles like those caused by heavy lifting can stimulate muscle growth and repair. It can also potentially lead to what? Exhaustion of the muscle stem cell pool if the remodeling phase is not what? Adequately addressed. Yeah, if you're not remodeling, you're fucked. Muscle stem cells, also known as satellite cells, are responsible for muscle growth and repair, although throughout life. But when muscles are damaged, these stem cells are activated to repair the damage and replenish the stem cell pool. However, if there is persistent lack of adequate remodeling, remember, people that lift concentrically, they are not remodeling. They may be damaging, but they're not remodeling. Remodeling is exclusive to exercise-induced muscle damage. Eccentric exercise gets that. So, adequate remodeling, which involves breaking down old tissue and restoring function. So, get rid of the old shit and creating new shit. Get it? But you're not doing any of that. See, because you guys all lift conventionally. Exercise slaves, concentric lifting. Like who is it? Your Max and what's his name? Uh, Big Daddy Trips, What's Your Max, West Coast Wolverine. They all live concentrically. They're not remodeling, get it? And eventually they're going to become dysfunctional with time. They already look dysfunctional. Anyways, so the stem cell pool may not be able to regenerate and may be depleted. It will be depleted with time. Think about it like this. In simpler terms, think of it like this. Your muscles are like a building that needs repair and maintenance. The stem cells are the workers who can fix the damage. If the building is consistently being damaged and only being repaired, but never having the old materials replaced or updated, the workers' stem cells will eventually run out. They're going to run out of materials or become too tired to keep up with the repairs. And then you're fucked. Get it? Yeah. Age plays a big factor. Listen to your body, but nobody out there listens to their body anymore, dude. Nobody listens to their body. Focus on remodeling. See, include exercise that promote muscle remodeling, such as eccentric contractions. You understand me? Progressive overload, eccentric contractions. Adequate rest, recovery, whatever. Eccentric exercises. See, eccentric exercises. are important. So heavy lifting is gonna fuck you, dude. Heavy lifting. Let's see, concentrically. So here, yes, depleting the stem cell pool can contribute to shortened lifespans. Oh, you're shortening your lifespan. How great is that? Stem cells are crucial for tissue repair and regeneration, and their decline can lead to age-related diseases and reduced lifespan. And you'll look like I am longevity. You're gonna look like the mummy, dude, when you deplete your stem cells. That's what's gonna happen. Premature aging, yeah. These are all bad things. Telomere shortening, yeah. Stem cell exhaustion is role in healthy aging, yeah. DNA damage, yada yada yada, lifespan. You're just screwing yourself in the long run. Yes, consistent damage followed by only repair without proper regeneration and remodeling can indeed lead to a progressive increase in muscle fibrosis. That's even worse. This is because the body's response to repeated injury and inadequate repair leads to an overabundance of scar tissue, replacing functional muscle fibers. Well, that's a bad thing. Chronic injury and fibrosis, yeah. You definitely don't want that, dude. In essence, the muscle damage is frequent and the repair process is not optimized. It can result in a cycle of damage, fibrosis, and reduced function, leading to a perpetual fibrotic state, meaning it's trying to repair, but it can never repair now. It's just fucked. Cardiovascular damage resulting from chronic excessive endurance exercise. That's what you are. You're all endurance lifters in the gym. Coming in often, your endurance. Get it? Well, vigorous exercise generally lowers cardiovascular risk. Excessive and prolonged endurance exercise in some individuals can lead to cardiovascular issues. Yeah. You get all these things. You get arterial fibrillation, myocardial fibrosis, and even sudden cardiac arrest. Oh, death. That's not good, dude. This could be a bad thing. These conditions can result from the heart's structural remodeling and the release of cardiac biomarkers. Well, that's not great. Yeah. That could be a very bad sign, dude. Yeah. You definitely don't want that. Yeah, there are 3 levels too of damage. I don't know if I posted that. Where's that again? I don't know where that is. High intensity. Yeah. Let's see. The exhaustion of stem cells contribute to the increase of senescent cells. That's another thing. Yes, exhaustion of stem cells can indeed contribute to the increase of senescent cells and the aging process. Stem cells age, they lose their ability to regenerate tissues, and this decline can lead to an accumulation of senescent cells, which are cells that have stopped dividing but are still alive and can have negative effects. Well, yeah, you could get rid of them with eccentric exercise, can help get rid of them. Stem cell exhaustion, you definitely don't want that. That definitely is a bad thing, dude. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what else to say there, dude. The 3 levels of damage, cardio, and what was it? I don't know where I put that. There's 3 levels of damage. Hold on. Yeah, here it is. The main types of damage can occur through exercise. Exercise. Oh, I think we talked about this, right? Yeah, I went through this. Cardio, okay. Oxidative stress, exercise, induced muscle damage. Yeah, that's about it, dude. I don't know what else to say there. You know, you have to educate yourself and learn, know what you're doing when you go to a gym. What's going to happen to you? You know what I mean? You have to figure out on your own, dude. You want to destroy yourself. See what I mean? You definitely don't want to go there by it. Most people are destroying themselves, aging themselves, just like fucking accelerated aging and just fucking exhausting the stem cell pool. It's ridiculous. You know that? Because of what they're doing. Anyways, I'll see you in the next video. Tell me what you think about that. Like, subscribe, support the channel. Yeah. Minor damage is definitely not gonna, it's just gonna repair. It's not gonna remodel, dude. Focus on remodeling. That'll probably save your life. See you in the next one. Ciao, my friends.